It's what's called the steep and shallow exercise. You want this club to be working with you. It needs to be your friend to create the ultimate speed, but with control, and that's the secret to this. An overdraw spin, this is the way to do it. Get the understanding of a golf swing, and it's what's going to produce what I call a dollar bill divot, probably $10 worth. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Warren Bennett. We've got Trev down there, star of the show. Trying to keep warm actually this morning, as you can tell from my beanie. It's absolutely freezing, and from the drone shot you can see the sun's trying to come out, or it might be a little bit washed out from that view. So hopefully it will warm us up during this video today, which is a variation of creating some power in transition. Very important part of the swing. How can we put this club and our arms and hands in a position to create the ultimate speed, but with control, and that's the secret to this. So this is for, I would say, the golfer who probably creates a little bit too much depth, gets their hands a little bit and club a little bit deep behind them, and have to use a little bit excess hands and arms and club in the release. So if you're a slice for the ball, it may not be for you. It's quite difficult to do, but please stick around anyway. I'd love you to kind of get the understanding from golf, get the understanding of a golf swing and how different variations to get this club in a position so we can create that power and that speed, but with that control. So get the back camera set up, make sure Trev's okay, and we'll get going. Okay everyone, so thanks very much for joining me, and in the time it's taken me to put the back camera on, the sun's come out, so good and bad. So I can get a little bit warmer, but the bad news, it might get a little bit too silhouette-y, so I apologise for that. So but anyway, I'm going to call this exercise and this drill the steep and shallow drill. Pressure on the shaft, but with control, and getting this club working with you under speed, because when we pull the pin, you want this club to be working with you. It needs to be your friend. It can't be working against you. And I know that for a few decades of this club was never working with me. It's always fighting against it, so I had to rely on timing. So hopefully if you do this exercise, you won't have to do that. So just for visuals, I've got a cone here. I'm going to set it up just outside my right foot there. You can put anything down there, but the ultimate, and the golfer who creates a little bit too much depth, like I said in the intro, is you want your hands to be going out and the club to be shallowing. Now that's exaggerated. Move a bit of Trev here. So you're getting in this position with the club shallow, as you can see from behind you, and my hands are out. You won't get there, it's exaggerated. Then from here, what you're looking for, you're looking to get the club pulled back into impact. Pulled, I mean, you can see the path, this is exaggerated by the way, the path of my hand and the butt of the club goes towards my left shoe, and the club gets pulled out, as you can see there. So it's shallow, and then it's getting pulled into the ball, and then the connection happens. I'm really tight, I've got no gap, so I'm really tight and connected here, and all I have to do now is rotate through, and the club is going, it won't be the same speed as my body, but it won't be independent. I won't have any body stalling. So if you're suffering from that body stall and flick, this is a brilliant one. And it's what's going to produce what I call a dollar bill divot. So my feeling at the top of the backswing, or 7/8 of the way up, is my hands are going to go out here and the club's going to shallow. Obviously not that much, but just a little bit. Let me show you a few. And you can see there, it's what's called a steep hand plane. So my hands are pretty steep, but the club is shallow. And it's what's called the steep and shallow exercise. Beautiful. And that's obviously split second stuff. It doesn't happen as much as I'm doing in the drill, but like with any exercise, you have to feel more than actually what's happening, because it's actually really split second. It's actually probably dealing with just a couple of little clicks, I call it, and then it's off. And that's all you need. Show you the drill in a minute, and this can be done with any club. I've just got a 9-iron at the moment. Beautiful. Okay, out towards that cone with the line, bang. Oh yeah, that was lovely. Just up the left and a little bit of fade. Now with any videos, and you might have seen some videos, well hold on a minute Warren, a few videos ago you wanted the hands and the club to go a little bit more inside. Yes, for you golfers who create a little bit more out here, so the hands are going out down this line, but the club also. So you can actually do this exercise. You can have your hands going away and a little bit more out in front of you, but the club has to drop down, you see. You have to create a little bit more wrist set and a little bit more bowing of this left wrist. So you can do this, but it's actually harder to do. So it's easier to bring everything down if you're suffering from this over the top. This can be the next level, and that's why I said it's a little bit more elite. Little dollar bill divot. I'd say that's a few more than a dollar bill, probably $10 worth. Okay, with the exercise, like with any new exercise, start off with a bit of loft, put it on a tee, make it a little bit easier. So we're going to do some little breakdowns, back swing, out to this position that I've been showing you. From here, hands and butt go towards my left foot, club comes out. You can see now it gets pulled out to the ball. It gets pulled out to the ball because you're on plane. You're nice and shallow. I know shallow's been the buzzword, but just on plane is more of the technical version. Right, stop here, you can hold it, don't rush. From here, tiny pumps, pull back. Beautiful. From here, out, hold it. I've still got some elbows, you can probably see from the front view, away from my shoulder, away from my body. I'm not in yet. Remember, this is elite. One line, out and shallow, create that pressure, tiny pumps, pull back into a net, air balls at home, practice swings as well. Back swing, out, little pump, pull back. Beautiful. If you want to take away that hook of yours, an overdraw spin, this is the way to do it. Create some neutral path. Obviously this is exaggerated, this exercise, but a neutral path and a bit of pressure as well once we go a little bit quicker. Okay, just for the purpose of the video, we're just going to take it to the next stage. We're not going to stop. Still got on the tee, still got the 9-iron. Take a bit of pace off it though. We're not going to go full out. We're going to give ourselves some awareness time of movement and see if we can join all these dots together. Lovely. Okay, nice and slow. We're going to feel like it's going to be like 3 out of 10 pace. And you'll see there, probably not as much as my freezer exercise. You can see there's a little bit of pressure, a little bit of shallowing of this club face. Rose and ground. Oh. Now I know it's on a tee, but you can really see there's some shallowness to this divot. So hitting ball turf doesn't mean it's going to come in too steep here. So I've got a steep hand plane, but a shallow club face. Steep hand plane meaning my hands are out here, but the club's still behind. Beautiful. That's way exaggerated, by the way. Now if you're opposite to that, if you're a bit inside and stuck like I used to be, you have to body stall to get the club face back, and that can hurt your back. So unfortunately I know too much of that, so the more I practiced back in the day, the worse my back got. So I wish I knew this 30 years ago. Out, pull back, so I can rotate through, nice and shallow. Steep hand, shallow club face. Oh, that felt absolutely beautiful. I didn't see it, went straight into the sun. Hopefully the ball tracking will pick it up. So you can see what's happening there. I'm really out with my hands, exaggerated, way exaggerated. But now I'm pulling my hands back. Club gets pulled back into the ball with it. Pressure, back into connection, into impact. Beautiful. Okay, a little bit quicker. Lovely. Same again, right into the sun. Steep with the hand plane, shallow with the club head. It's absolutely a game changer. When I used to play, I used to fat it so much because the club was too steep, too inside, I had to stop, and the low point became too much behind the ball. So I used to regularly fat the ball. I hated it, so to stop that, and I didn't really know the internals of this golf swing with what's going on. So I used to kind of have to lean in it more, and then I used to create these massive divots. Crazy. Now, with the hands being out, club being back, I can really shallow and create a nice shallow divot and create ball turf the correct way. Really gives you a lot of confidence. It's difficult because if you change the first domino, you probably have to change the second one and relearn to release it. What I mean by that, if you're a bit deep and inside and stuck, you then have to get this club firing out to the ball and too much hand motion. If you're now in this position here, exaggerated, but if you're in this position here, you have to learn to release it. Get this club back into impact with some connection and pull it back. So it's difficult. That's why this exercise, the little freezer exercises, are brilliant. You can do it with air balls and just do practice swings out towards the cone, pull back and round. And weirdly, you won't hit a big fade doing this, because yes, your hands are out here and your hand plane is out to in, but your club shaft or the club head is neutral. And that's the key. You're creating this real connection through impact and post impact, but the club head is now very neutral. It's not, your club head isn't coming out with you and creating this big slice. And that's the secret, creating power, good path and good strike. Again, nice little shallow divot and a little fade. So I really hope you enjoyed that video and got something out of it. And remember, steep and shallow is the main ingredients to create that maximum torque and maximum pressure on the ball with control. That's the secret. Obviously, if you're a slicer of the ball and you want to create just a hand path that's a little bit more neutral, you don't have to do this. This is quite elite stuff. But if you're a golfer who has got that hook a little bit more deep and you feel like you haven't got the connection through impact with the rotation of your body and the club at the same time, this is an absolute beauty. It actually changed my golf career and got me to start the academy, because my light bulb moment went off and I thought, people need to see this. Not everyone. I wouldn't teach this to a beginner. I wouldn't teach this to a high handicapper who's a little bit fishy over the top with their hands. I'll just get your hands in a little bit more neutral, that's for certain. Wouldn't worry about it too much. It's too difficult, and it does take a bit of practice. It's an absolute game changer. It's difficult, but it can really make sure you're creating the distance you're looking for, the control and the strike. Okay everyone, so the sun is trying to come out, as you can see from the drone shot. It's absolutely beautiful. Trev's walking around, I think he's looking for his tennis ball, and we bid you farewell. Thank you very much for everyone's support, for liking, subscribing, for watching the videos, for commenting, for all your kind comments. Any questions you have, drop them below and I'll get back to you and answer them. If you're a member of the Academy through YouTube, thank you very much. You're going the extra mile. You're basically putting petrol in the car for me to be able to come over here and make these videos for you. So my thanks and appreciation go to you. I cannot say that enough, so thank you very much. If you're looking for a little bit more information on that, I'll drop it in the description below. Thank you very much. So for myself and Trev, who's a little bit agitated actually because he's looking for his tennis balls, I'll have to try and find it, give it a kick. We bid you farewell from the middle range here at Chestfield. A beautiful winter's morning here on the middle range, so I'm going to hit the rest of these and see if I can create that steep and shallow angle of attack into the ball. Okay everyone, so from the two of us, we bid you farewell. Have a great golfing week. More importantly, stay healthy on and off the golf course, and we'll see you next time. Cheerio! Right Trev, where's your ball? Ah, you dropped it in the bag. Right, let's go. Oh yes! Yes! Oh, it's a 3 bouncer, but you got it.